What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is living in Grand Junction, Colorado. Why is the Redlands area one of the more desirable areas for our clients to want to look into to find their dream home? Well, you're in luck, because in this video, we're going to go through just about every square inch of the Redlands, and we're going to do it right now. What is going on, everybody? I'm Robert Hayes, and along with my wife Christie and the rest of the crew, we are the Hayes Home Group right here in Grand Junction, Colorado, the #1 relocation team. We're getting so many phone calls, text messages, emails from folks all over the country looking to move out this way. And one of those areas that they're looking to move into is the Redlands. And we're going to go through a few topics and just go through the entire Redlands area to give you just a feel of what it's all about and why it's so desirable. But obviously the first thing, where is it? Where is the Redlands? That's kind of important, right? Access roads. How do you get in and out of the Redlands? There's essentially 4 ways you can do it. And then we'll go through some of the neighborhoods and tell you where those are at and what you can find in some of those areas. And then last but not least, it has its own weather, believe it or not, a microclimate, if you will. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. All right, we've got the map pulled up here. First and foremost, where is the Redlands? Well, you've got Grand Junction right there, and basically to the northwest, let's call it. You've got the Redlands area of town, about 11,000 people. In the valley wide, you're talking from Fruita all the way to Palisade. It's a little over 100,000, but again, you got 11,000 in the Redlands. Here's Fruita off to the northwest, and you've got Highway 340. That's one of the access points that'll take you right into downtown Grand Junction. Now, as far as the elevation, that's a big deal as well, and probably why a lot of folks are looking to get into the Redlands. Grand Junction, the valley floor, is about 4,500 feet. The Redlands, it's going to probably sit at about 4,600 feet, so about 100 feet above the valley floor. So you will see those, shimmering lights at night driving along Highway 340. Down in the valley below. Really, you don't start getting into neighborhoods in the Redlands until you get, you got Fruita right there driving Highway 340. First real neighborhood is going to be about right there, which is going to be Stone Canyon. And then you can travel through going east on 340, and we'll hit some of those neighborhoods as well. Okay, let's talk about access roads. How do you get in and out of the Redlands? Well, we've talked about Highway 340. You're basically right before the Colorado River. You're going to see a sign right there that says "Welcome to Fruita," and then all this is going to be the Redlands from this point on the Colorado all the way to that point on the Colorado River. So going back to Highway 340, that's one access point. That'll take you right into downtown Grand Junction. That'll convert on Highway 340 going into downtown into Grand Avenue. So if you're in downtown and you're on Grand Avenue, just know heading west, that's going to turn into Highway 340, or it's also called Broadway. So Highway 340 or Broadway, same street. So that's one access point. The other access point coming off of 24 Road in town will convert into Redlands Parkway, and that'll take you into the Redlands as well. So Highway 24 there, or Redlands Parkway. That's the second way that you can get into the Redlands. The third way is going to be that same downtown. Let's get rid of this. Let's blow it up a little bigger. So there's downtown again, Grand Avenue. Turns into Highway 340, crossing the river. Monument Road, you can take that into the Redlands as well. You've got the ranger station to the Colorado National Monument right about there, just past South Camp Road, but that's Monument Road. Monument Road. Forgive my spelling, I think you get the drift. So that's the third access point. Let's blow it up even further. And you've got Riverside Parkway. That's another access point. So you got Riverside Parkway, hang a right, and you take Highway 340 back into the Redlands. So those are the 4 access points in and out of the Redlands. Now, as far as the weather is concerned, it's the craziest thing being in the Redlands, where you have the monument face. I mean, there's the Colorado National Monument. Your monument face is essentially right there. So you've got a 1,300 foot basically elevation from the base of the monument on top of the monument. And what that does, it's really odd. In the wintertime, you'll have maybe an 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch of snow in the Redlands, and you'll go into the valley and there'll be 2 inches of snow versus that 1/4 in the Redlands. So it almost acts as a weather buffer for any system that's coming west to east, and it just kind of expands as it gets over the Redlands and hits the valley floor. So it does have its own little microclimate in the Redlands, which to me, that's a good thing, right? I mean, we don't get a lot of snow anyway, as you guys know, 15 inches on average on an annual basis. But if I'll deal with a 1/4 inch over 2 inches all day long. All right, let's talk about some neighborhoods in the Redlands, some of the more desirable ones. We were talking about, coming in off Highway 340. That's into Fruita there. Your first neighborhood's basically going to be right about here. Stone Canyon Estates, gorgeous neighborhood. Most of the homes in the Redlands are going to be fairly new. You're looking at, mid-90s, upper 90s, into the 2000s, even brand spanking new. Obviously coming over here, not obviously, but I'm going to tell you, here's the Monument Road Drive that'll take you on top of the monument. It's about 22 miles, and that'll pop you right back down onto Monument Road, which is right there. So you absolutely have to do that drive. It's gorgeous. You got a visitor center on the west end, right about there, where you can go, hit the buttons, and it kind of shows you how the monument was formed way back when. So definitely want to do that monument drive. So back to neighborhoods, Colorado Golf Course is right there. You've got all kinds of neighborhoods lining the golf course on either side here. Got some new condos right there, brand new development right there at Colorado. So again, your monument face is right there, guys. So anything that you're going to be getting into in Colorado, you're going to have that gorgeous monument view right up against it in some instances where you're 200-300 yards away. You can't get any closer because it's federal land, Bureau of Land Management, but again, you're right up against the cliff face there. Independence Valley, which is a neighborhood that we featured before, on the other side of Colorado and on the other side of Highway 340, you've got Independence Valley, and then right next to that, Independence Ranch. The great thing about Independence Valley is most of the lots, I think all the lots, are acre at least, and some are 2-acre lots. So if you're looking for a little bit of space, you don't have to be, way out in the rural part of Grand Junction on the northwest or east side. You can find some acreage there in Independence Valley, and then next door, Independence Ranch. Those lots are 1/3 of an acre. Most of them are 1/3 of an acre. So you're looking at, a little bit of room, a little bit of elbow room. You don't have to pass the sugar to the neighbor out your window next door. You're not going to be that close at all in either Independence Valley or in Independence Ranch. Great neighborhoods, very desirable for a lot of clients looking to be in the Redlands. Even before you get into Independence Valley and Independence Ranch, new subdivision, Soaring Eagle. Let's write that here. And that is a gorgeous new enclave development. Let's put it about right there. It's going to be on the north side of Highway 340, and some of those lots you have views of the valley below, and then of course to the south you have views of the Colorado National Monument. Again, that's going to be on the north side of Highway 340. Then you get into Redlands Village. Let's talk a little bit about that from an affordability standpoint. We finished a video on Redlands Village. That's going to be, again, on the north side of Highway 340, right about here. You've got homes that are going to be in the high 3s. low fours, mid fours, 70s homes for the most part, but generally speaking, most of those homes are going to have had some updates, kitchen remodel, bathroom remodel. Maybe they taken the popcorn ceiling out, so you're not dealing with that. But from an affordability standpoint, certainly take a look at Redlands Village on the north side of Highway 340. All right, let's take a look at South Rim, which is on the east side of Redlands Parkway. So you've got, again, that Highway 340. There was Redlands Parkway that took you into town. That was one of the access points. Right here is South Rim, which is a gorgeous neighborhood. Again, large lots. Some of these homes even have walkout basements, and those, if you're sitting right here, you've got the Colorado River right there. So you got a cliff wall, and you're looking down over to the valley, and you've got connected lakes right there. So your views are just absolutely phenomenal in some of those, I would say, eastern side of South Rim. So gorgeous homes. You're probably looking at, first digit of a 7 most likely to get into South Rim. There's an older section that's going to be just to the west of South Rim, right about there. And there's homes that were, built in the 70s and 80s, little lower price point, but you can still be in the Redlands again and not have to, spend $700,000-$800,000 to do it. All right, let's talk about another very desirable stretch of road in the Redlands, and that's going to be here off South Camp. So you've got Redlands Parkway, there's Highway 340 or Broadway. Hang a left on South Camp Road, and it is just dotted with real desirable neighborhoods. You got a trailhead right there on top of the monument. Again, there's the monument. There's the cliff wall. That was Colorado Golf Course. So all of these neighborhoods, Granite Falls, you've got Canyon View, Canyon Vista, Canyon Rim on the other side, Renaissance. Now, the one thing about Renaissance, we've had a couple of clients say, hey, Robert, we found a gorgeous property right there, last street in Renaissance. There is a new development that's going in up here on what's called Easter Hill. I believe the developer's out of Denver. So the one thing that they're going to have to do is keep all of the hiking and biking trails all throughout, but this is all going to be homes, guys. So it might look like dirt right now. So if you're looking in Renaissance, just know it on the top of the hill, it's going to have homes that you're going to be staring at versus just a barren hill. But going back to some of these neighborhoods, again, you've got that gorgeous monument view. Now, if you're looking for no HOA, keep going down South Camp. Right here is a neighborhood called Monument. I'm going to abbreviate Monument Village. Close enough, right? No HOA. HOA, no. That's one of the areas of the Redlands, and really in Grand Junction for that matter, that does not have an HOA, and it really doesn't affect you much because of the fact that the homes are spread out considerably in Monument Village. Again, that's the Redlands, so you've got homes that are on 1 acre, 2 acres, 3 acres. So, if you're kind of worried about, oh, no HOA, is that going to mean my neighbor's going to have, an old Chevy on blocks in the front yard? No, you're not going to find that type of situation in Monument Village. Homes in the 70s, 80s, 90s, again, even into the 2000s, there in Monument Village. And just in general, HOAs in Grand Junction are just not a big deal. They're always going to cover, most of the time, I should say, your irrigation water and for your landscaping and your common area maintenance. Other than that, they pretty much leave you alone, and it's real reasonable. The most expensive I've seen is maybe $400 or $500 per year, not per month, per year. The average is between $200 to $400 a year for your HOA. And again, your irrigation water, that's covered in that fee, and then the common area maintenance as well. All right, let's head over to the Ridges, which again, going back to Highway 340, that main east-west road, you can go back into downtown here. There's downtown. You hang a right or left, depending on which way you're going, on Ridges Boulevard. This is all the ridges, and you're going up again in elevation, going up Ridges Boulevard, probably another, I don't know, 100, 150 feet. So again, depending on where you're at in the ridges, you can have a gorgeous view of the valley below. You have the view again of the monument, which is right there. So you've got the cliff face of the monument, and then, you know, you just have homes that are all over the place up in the ridges, townhomes, condos, 70s, 80s, 90s, brand new builds in the ridges. In fact, there's a new development, Pinnacle Ridge, right there. Homes are starting at 800 grand, and you can get a condo for probably, you know, 275. So a lot of options in the ridges, very desirable. And as far as appreciation, you're going to have that lift of, guess what? Last but not least, the #1 rated golf course community in Colorado, the Redlands Mesa Golf Course, which basically that's the cutoff at Shadow Lake right there. So anything south or southwest of Shadow Lake, you're in Redlands Mesa Golf Course community. There's Shadow Lake there. And then you take Ridges Boulevard, which curves all throughout the Redlands Mesa Golf Course community. And then there's that Monument Road. You can take this to access Monument Road, go back into town, or back down Ridges Boulevard. So gorgeous neighborhoods, both, whether it's the Ridges or the Redlands Mesa Golf Course community. You don't have to be, you know, $1.7 million to get into the Redlands Mesa Golf Course community. We just got some clients, first digit of an 8, right off the fairway, one of the fairways, gorgeous views. So again, if you're looking to be in the #1 rated golf course community in Colorado, you can do it and not have to break the bank to get there. Now, what if you have kiddos? What about schools? Certainly have the availability in the Redlands. Wingate Elementary School, there's that South Camp Road, taking you back to Monument Road, heading back into town. Highly distinguished school. Christie went there as a kiddo. Let's get rid of that and show you the other Broadway Elementary. Let's find it right there. So again, Highway 340, Redlands Parkway, Highway 340, Broadway Elementary School, just west of Redlands Parkway. Redlands Middle School, that's where our son went to middle school, right next to Broadway Elementary. High schools, they just changed the boundaries. Everyone in the Redlands used to funnel into Fruita Monument High School. Now you're going to funnel into Grand Junction High School. Not a bad gig. They're just doing a $200 million improvement project on Grand Junction High School, so you're in good shape there. So there you go, guys. I mean, it's not quite A to Z, but it's pretty dang close about the Redlands. Why is it so desirable? Well, just to recap, well, you only have 11,000 people, right? You've got that view of the valley below. You've got a little elevation. So you have that going for you. You've got the monument face right there, and you've got access into Fruita, you got access back into Grand Junction. I mean, it really doesn't matter what time of day you're traveling on Highway 340, you're going to either be the only car or the only couple of cars that are going either west or east into Grand Junction on that highway. So you've got a lot of different home styles, a lot of different options. You've got the hiking, biking trails all throughout close to the Colorado National Monument. So good option for you guys if you're looking to get into the Redlands. I certainly would recommend taking a look. Hey, as much as we love doing these videos, we'd love nothing more than to absolutely crush your real estate goals when you guys are moving out this way. So the information popping up below, reach out any way that you know how. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us that email. Yep, even send the carrier pigeon. We've got your back days, nights, weekends when heading here to Grand Junction. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.